What's going on, YouTube? Hey, it's Jim. Today is Friday, June 5th. Happy Friday to everyone. And I figured I'd post a little video, just kind of, you know, get some stuff off my chest, kind of check in, those type of things. So nothing really exciting or anything like that. But just, what was it? Or I think it was like almost 2 weeks ago. I had my 40-second infusion of Tysabri for MS, and so kind of crazy to think. And like I was asking him, I'm like, oh, I think I've been on it maybe like 3 years or about 3 years. Kind of crazy that I've been on it almost 4 years, and it's amazing how far I've actually really come overall. It's just kind of something that I mean, considering like how bad things really got, for a while. I mean, I couldn't even walk. I had to use a walker for a little bit. I couldn't. I couldn't even walk to the bathroom, to the toilet. Like pretty much, I'd have to crawl to the toilet. There were times when my depth perception was like totally off. Times where I couldn't even stand up at all. Now at least I can stand, but I feel like really wobbly, type of thing. But that's just reality. You know what I mean? It's just when you have like flare ups and everything like that, it just really throws things off. But to get back on track, so yeah, I mean it's number 42, and I feel great. To me at least, I'm still able to do the things I want. I can go to the gym. I can actually like lift weights. I went on like a 3 mile walk a couple days ago. So I can still do things like that. Now, of course, when I do work out or if I go on like a long walk or whatever like that, I can feel it. My balance is really unsteady at times. Or I'm not going to say fatigued, but I just feel not quite in control as it is. And so, I mean, there's a lot of things that suck really bad, and things that I'm really disappointed in, and things that the sad reality is I'm never going to get them back. But at least I can still do stuff. I can still drive, I can still walk, I can still talk, I can chew gum at the same time. Now, of course, if I have someone next to me, it's a little different because I usually walk by myself, or when I'm at the gym, when I'm lifting weights or doing my cardio and stuff like that. I pretty much just keep to myself, and I just have a goal of what I want to do, which is good. And but the funny part is, now going into the other part. So at least, with the infusions, everything like that, really good. Been on Tysabri for 3.5 years, and to me, it's basically like, not to be religious or anything like that, but it's kind of a godsend, type of thing that, if I didn't have it, it was bad before. And at least now I feel kind of normal, type of thing. I mean, I still have to kind of treat myself with like almost like kid gloves type thing. Like I went to the lake last weekend with my girlfriend, and some of my buddies live out in Canyon Lake, and so being in the water, I feel very unsteady, type of thing. Of course, it's the water, just like water, just doing like the normal things, type of thing, like choppy or whatever they call it. But I mean, it's at least I can still enjoy myself, have some beers with my buddies. Um, I mean, things like that are at least still the parts that I really relish, type of thing. The bad part is just the job situation. I'm more limited to certain things, and it's kind of sad. I mean, it's pathetic. But I used to at NCCI, a place I worked out previously, and I've worked like temp jobs since then, type of thing, just to make a little bit of money. But ended up making 60,000 a year, for the last like pretty much 2 years I was there. And I was actually offered a job, a similar amount, but things were going good. I had insurance, everything like that. The other company didn't really have everything set up yet, type of thing. And it's unfortunate because I lost my job, I was laid off, whatever like that. My whole entire department was let go at the same time. But so now I've been applying ever since I moved to Lake Elsinore. And it's not something I'm just passively. I'm just like, oh, I spend like 5 minutes. Oh, okay. Oh, no new jobs. All right, cool. Bye. I look at stuff. There's certain things I can't do. If I see construction jobs, really true manual labor jobs I'm going to be outside all the time and things like that because it gets hot. Those jobs I can't do. And it's unfortunate, but it's the reality of just life itself. But at least the jobs, I'm like, they're jobs that I really think I am qualified for. Submit an application, submit a cover letter. I think they look pretty good. I had it professionally done type thing just to make sure. And I've added things and made little tweaks here and there. And nothing, just nothing, type thing. So I had an interview with Apple One probably about, I don't know, 3 months ago, almost 4 months ago. They finally called me about something, and I've sent them emails and stuff like that, just kind of asking. They've kept in contact with me, so I'm not going to complain about that. And they have a job that is for the I think it's the Lake Elsinore Water District, which is like 2 miles away, like 3 miles away from where I live. So fantastic. But the job only pays like $13 an hour, and it's like a 6-month assignment. And I was kind of thinking about it. I'm like, if I'm lucky, I take home like $1,600 a month, type of thing. It's like those type of things is like to go from 60,000, and I would taking temp jobs for like $10 an hour, $12 an hour, and 16 an hour. It's like, really, am I ever gonna make like decent money? And it's not like I come across as like a jerk, or I come across as a real person. I think that I sometimes might short sell my stuff or myself during interviews, because I'm not really a bragger, type of thing. It's just, listen, what you see is what you get. I'm going to work hard, and I'm a team player with everything like that. I'm a multitasker. I try to do as much as I can. And I've always started off at kind of more like a bottom type thing, like basically like, the last company I was like the first person hired for my actual department outside of like the director and the director of my department, or the guy that became the director of my department, and then the actual one of the owners type thing. That I worked myself to be basically the acting supervisor for a long period of time, and then when they're ready to promote me, because I had to do some like training course type thing, I ended up getting really sick, and that's when like a real big flare up kind of happened. I couldn't do anything. I had to work from home. I couldn't. That's kind of when I had to crawl and stuff like that. I couldn't really drive at all. And so because of that, that kind of started like a downhill spiral, type of thing. But it just, luckily the job is close, and at least it's something. It's just, I'm either going to have to find like a part-time job type thing to be able to afford my bills. Because $1,600 a month, that more or less is like my car payment and then my rent. And that's it. That doesn't include like utilities, doesn't include insurance, my cell phone, anything like that. And so that's not cool, type of thing. I don't have like a rich, lavish lifestyle or anything like that. But also, I've worked hard to reestablish my credit, do the best I can on things, and I made the money when I sold my condo, so at least I had money when it came out. Paid off bills because I had to do that once before, and now everything's starting to get racked up again. And it's unfortunate, but it's life. It's just, shit happens. Honestly, and it's kind of something that you gotta do what you gotta do. And now it's kind of another huge challenge for me. I'm getting sick of this every like few months type thing, or every few years, where I'm like, I have to start off from the bottom, work my way up. Start from the bottom, work my way up, because I'm better than that. I don't have a college degree or anything like that. I went to college for a couple of years, but I didn't actually get my AA degree or anything like that. But I guess it's just the way life is, type of thing for me. It's like, now at least I feel good. I'm active, or hopefully I'll still be active once I start working. The gym's a little bit of a drive away from me, but hopefully I at least can still keep up the good feelings on things, and try to make do with what I have. And in the meantime, I'm still going to apply. They're like, oh, we can't have you applying for another position or anything like that. If you agree to do this job, you're going to have to stay with the job. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. But you know what? If I find anything better, like something that actually pays, something instead of like, $13 an hour, which equals out to about $2,000 a month before taxes, and I can find something that say pays $3,000 a month, I'm jumping, type of thing, because that actually is at least something where I can actually afford car insurance, credit card bills, electricity, water, those type of things that are things that I need, especially electricity. I have to have air conditioning. I mean, that's kind of something. So, I mean, it's kind of like a vent background. I don't know, kind of like a mix of a bunch of stuff on this video, but you know, I guess keep my fingers crossed. I turned 39 on next Wednesday, so I mean it sucks, type of thing. I don't have a 401k. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have that. But you know what? At least I have a good support circle of my friends. My family lives out of state or whatever like that, but it's at least I have things like that. I'm able to do stuff still, and that's all I can really worry about, honestly. So I guess that's about it. And hope everyone has a good weekend, good week coming up. And it's almost the start of the summer, so hopefully everyone's getting out and doing a little bit of things or whatever like that. But I guess that's about it. So peace out.